Russia's membership status in the United Nations is a big topic of conversation on social media. Ariane Till with our National Verified team looks into whether a country can be expelled from the UN.
People are calling for Russia to be kicked out of the United Nations amid the country's ongoing attacks on Ukraine. But is that possible? Let's verify. Our sources are the United Nations Charter, the United Nations, Richard Gowan, UN Director of the International Crisis Group, and Andrew MacLeod, visiting professor in the Department of War Studies at King's College London. First, I'll explain if it's possible for any country to be expelled from the UN, and then I'll get into the specifics about Russia, because there is a big caveat. Article 6 of the United Nations Charter allows for the expulsion of a member country. It says that if a member has persistently violated the principles of the UN Charter, the General Assembly can expel them upon recommendation by the UN Security Council and approval by 2/3 of the General Assembly. So we can verify, yes, a country can be expelled from the United Nations. But according to these sources, it's never happened. And it's unlikely Russia will be the first because of Russia's seat on the UN Security Council. Here's why. The Security Council is a select group of countries who deal with issues of peace and security. 15 UN member countries sit on the council, and 5 of them have permanent seats, including the US and Russia. Here's the kicker. Those 5 also have veto power, meaning they can block any Security Council resolution. And it's highly unlikely that Russia would recommend its own expulsion, according to Richard Gowan, UN Director for the International Crisis Group. We also spoke to War Studies professor Andrew MacLeod, and he says, quote, "There is no mechanism to remove a permanent member of the Security Council written into the UN Charter," unquote. So there you have it. It's true. Countries can be expelled from the UN. But it's highly unlikely to happen to Russia since it requires a recommendation from the Security Council where Russia has veto power. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
And if you want something verified, you can send us an email at verify@whas11.com, or you can message us directly on Facebook or on Twitter.